Hello, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Aboagye, and in today's episode, we are going to talk about relationship, dating, and love in France. Is this possible? Being abroad is fun, but it does get lonely. So, hello, guys, and welcome to my channel. Today, I have an interesting topic for you to discuss. Yeah, I know most of the time I'm talking about school, but now today I want us to dive a little bit to share with you guys our experiences of dating in France, relationship, dating, and love. Is this possible? Are there language barriers? What are some of the problems we face, and how best to help you? So before we start, I'll give these lovely ladies an opportunity to introduce themselves. And you already know I'm Barbara Aboagye. So who starts?
My name is Mary. I come from Ghana, and I've been in France for almost 5 years now. I was a teacher, but now a student and working alongside. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
it. I love talking about relationships a lot and dating, and I'm so glad to be on this channel, especially talking about relationship and dating.
Thank you very much for agreeing to do this, Mary. So, Priscilla, just give us a brief
Okay.
introduction.
My name is Priscilla. I'm a Nigerian. Was in France for 7 months before I relocated to Germany. In both countries, I went there to do my masters. Currently, continuing my masters in Germany. But it's been a wonderful journey so far, and it's really, really interesting that I got the opportunity to discuss this relationship in France and also combine it with my experience so far in Germany. So I'm happy to be here.
Okay, thank you very much, Priscilla, and I'm glad you are here. And finally, Miss Coco.
Hi everyone. So my name is Nozilla, aka Tupsa Cuckoo, and I've been in France since 2014. I first came here as an assistant. Currently, I'm an English teacher in the private school system. I think I have some. I think I have a lot to say on relationships, abroad because I got married, got divorced, and then got hitched again. So maybe I can share some of the things that, I've been through and probably help someone watching this video right now on finding love in France.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm so happy to have all of you here today to just share your experience and for us to have this conversation. So let's dive right in. So who wants to start by sharing their experience? How has dating been like in France? How is this different from your country? How is it easier for black women to find lovers in France? Are there certain things that they need or require from you because you're a black woman? And please just share everything and let the people know actually how it's like in France. Let's yeah. So who will kickstart this?
Mary, what's wrong with your face? Like, you look like you upset. Are you upset with the question?
Let me choose.
In response to the question, huh? So, in response to the question, dating in France is it's 100% different from dating in Jamaica because the men in Jamaica, I find that they're much more assertive and even if they're just coming for a fling, they'll tell you from the get go. In France, they'll just like string you along and string you along. And you never know what's really going on until you ask for it. And then even when you ask for it, it's like, yeah, it's complicated. They love this word. It's complicated. Right now it's complicated. That's just from my experience. But I must tell you, I was married, got divorced, and I'm hitched again. So like I must have found one or two that knew what they wanted. But for me, I find that Jamaican men are more assertive.
you say assertive, what do you mean by assertive? Like they tell you that, oh, I want to have a relationship with you, or I want to date you, I want to marry you. What when you say assertive, what do you mean by that?
Exactly that.
Okay.
They come to you from the get go. They tell you, hey, I just want a fling, or I just want to hang out, or I just want a friend, or I want to get married to you. Let's get married tomorrow. In France, everything, like all the men that I've met, it has been so complicated. They don't know how to channel or yeah, to channel what they want or to tell you right away. So you meet a guy and you will be talking to him, and then it's not until probably 3 or 4 months he'll say, okay, this is something that I want or it's something that I don't want. So you'll give your all for 4 or 5 or 6 months, and you still won't know if he's all in France.
Interesting. Interesting.
But
Thank.
that's my experience.
Okay, okay. And so, what about like other nationalities, like apart from Jamaicans? And when you are saying Jamaicans, are you putting them all under the umbrella of Africans? Like, have you been approached by other Africans, and has the behavior been the same?
Well, okay, when African men approach me, they are the sweetest. However, however, they too don't know what they want.
Yeah.
They too don't know what they want because when I came to France, the first person I slept with was a guy from Ivory Coast. And he was so sweet. Another thing, he lied about a lot of stuff, but I guess he lied to, capture me. Yeah. And it wasn't until after that I realized that he was lying. But he was so sweet. But he too, he didn't know what he wanted. He would just keep on telling me, oh, it's complicated. And we would see each other every now and again. And then, oh, it's complicated. And then I just like broke it off. And I was like, hey, like I'm looking for some form of stability. You are not. I'm not going to waste my time anymore. Yes, the sex was okay, but that was all that was sex, nothing else. I can't
Did
hear
you
you, but
did you want something more yourself personally, or it was just sex for you too?
at the beginning, of course, I wanted some more. I was looking for a man, and then I found an African man. Hello, that's the pinnacle of all men. So, so for me, I wanted more from him, and it's not until let me just tell you, it's not until 2021, and this is from 2014. He texted me and he was like, "Oh, I'm ready now for a real relationship, and let's get married." I'm going crazy. and there was this other guy. I met him in the tram, and he was the first African man I met in the tram, and he came from if I'm not wrong, Congo. I think he was from Congo, and he took my number, and I never heard from the man until about 3 or 4 months after. And you know what he told me? But at that time I was dating somebody else. But 3 or 4 months after, he was telling me he was ready. He had an apartment now. Um, and he would do anything for me. That was 3 or 4 months after. I was dating at the time. So I'm guessing that maybe the men I've met, they were not ready.
It
They
makes
could
sense.
not accommodate a woman in their lives, so they could not be ready. I don't know. What say you ladies? I don't know.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Nazila. Your stories are interesting. So, Mary, who would go next, Mary or Priscilla?
I think you should say,
Mary, you.
okay, what was the question?
So the question is basically, would like to know your experience in dating in France. Has it been easy to find men? And even when I say men, you don't necessarily have to lead a marriage. Maybe like at this point, you just need somebody to be with. Either yeah. So basically, that's the question. Like, what's your experience been like? with regards to men in France? How is
Yeah,
it different from Ghana too, or where you come from?
it's I cannot really tell because with the difference between here and Ghana, I cannot really tell. The only difference is that in Ghana, when you're walking on the streets, wherever you are, at a restaurant or something, someone can just walk up to you and, you know, just put the question before you, like maybe you're looking beautiful. They start with that, of course, can I have your contact or something? But here, for someone to really come to you to ask for your contact, just contact and not even, try to ask you out, that is even difficult for them. That's the only different thing. Apart from that, all that Nazila was saying, I was glad she came back to the same point that the men don't know what they want. All men, I won't say all men, most men, especially those who are not ready to settle, any man who is ready to settle obviously knows what he wants. And it starts from courtship, relationship, dating, whatever, before it gets to marriage. So any man who is ready for that process obviously comes, and you can see the readiness. And those who are not ready, of course, will come and they would want just a fling and, leave. But then with my experience is a bit awkward because I don't really go out. For 5 years, I can count the number of times I've gone out, and it's always with you girls. You get, and it's either with you girls or church gathering. And mine is with a white too. You know, it's either the person is not is an atheist, which I'm not comfortable with. Yes, Nazila, I know you will do that, but well, you are raising brows, but
Everybody has preferences, and if those are your preferences, they are valid. So don't mind
yes,
Nazila.
it's either the person is an atheist or the person smokes. I can't deal with that. Or the person drinks enormously. Drinking, I don't have a problem with the drinking, but if it's excessive, you know, or the person is lazy, you get. You cannot really get someone who isn't in the three. It's difficult, very difficult. The person can believe in God for you, and you'll be on the same. I'm not saying a Christian. Just believe that God is there. I'm not necessarily, dwelling on the Christianity aspect. I'm a Christian though,
Okay.
but an atheist for that, it will be a problem. Yeah. So the person is either in three of these things I've mentioned, and it doesn't go well with me. Reason why I'm still here. Or at church too, the the men aren't they are not serious, as Nazila said. And for me, I scrutinize a lot.
Okay.
That's the more reason why I think I'm still single. Because the moment I try to bend down the rope a bit, my intuitions are like, I told you. They are just like that. So once you get someone who is serious, someone who is ready to settle, as Nazila said, we know it. We are women. Like when we see someone who is serious, we get the vibe. We know that this person is serious. And when we see someone who is not serious, we know it too. For me, I won't let you spend 1 month, 2 months. You have to, go. So for France, I've not I've not really dated anybody in France. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't yet. Either Ghanaian, African, or I get proposals, yes, even recently. My mechanic, my mechanic.
Mary, do you have a car?
Yes, please.
Oh wow. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh wow, nice. Congrats.
Thank you. So the area, I decided, to once we are all blacks, I don't want to take the money outside, and we are all in the same area. He does the job just around here. People bring their cars to the parking, then she fixes it for them. He fixes it for them. So I spoke to him, and then he said, okay, this is how much he's going to charge for repairing whatever, for fixing it. I said, okay, he should wait for next month. Now I call this guy and he's like, oh, put the car thing aside. That's not why I'm calling. I said, me, I have a problem. You're telling me that's not why you're calling. What's up? I'm calling for a different issue. Can I talk to you in the evening, maybe when you come back from work? I said, okay, 8:30 is fine with me. Call at 8:30. And I saw him calling at 9. I didn't pick up. 9:30, I didn't pick up. So in the morning after work, I called him and I called you yesterday. I said, what time did you call? He said 9. I said, I told you to call at 8:30. Oh, really? Why is that? He started feeling like, bossy. I got it from the onset. I was like, really, Mr. Man, come and fix my car. Where are you driving this to? And he was like, okay, anyways, let's put that aside. I want to tell you that, I want to go out with you. And then I said, I have somebody. Where is the person? I said, in UK. Oh, UK is far. I can manage, Look at this person. I told you I have someone, and you're telling me the person is not here. So he is rather here, available and all the time to do whatever, at my beck and call. So I should rather consider him, or he doesn't have a problem sharing at all. He's very understanding. So that's how my mechanic lost his job as my mechanic. I spoke with another friend and told him, I have a friend, my boss, who wants to give me his garagist, like his mechanic too. He has a proper garage where they can attend to. But I thought, no, you are black, we can help ourselves one way or the other, since you don't really have a proper setting. And even you are in my area, in case I have any problem, you are the first person I'll contact. So why not, give the thing to you? And this guy messed it up. And he's not even talking about my car anymore. And man, I really have a problem. So that's it. That's it. It's dating in
Mary, did
France.
you find out, hold on. Mary, did you find out if the garages, if the mechanic, if he's a Christian and if he's single and if he has children, or is it that he doesn't meet the standards that you're looking for? Because that could have been God sending you someone.
He just, his approach was wrong. He just jumped in without considering me first. And the thing is, whenever I want to talk, he's like, no, shut up, let me finish. Wait. So
He's an alpha male.
from the onset, everything is wrong. Even if I'll consider, imagine the way he's behaving. Okay. He's a Muslim though. He's a Muslim. I don't even know whether he's married, whether he has children. And these men will not tell you. Once he's telling me he can share, even if I was trying to trick him that I have someone, a proper gentleman will just, oh, okay, I'm sorry. He is telling me he will share with, he's not even telling me I should even leave him. He wants to share. So I should practically be dating two men at the same time. It's something else.
Okay. So, Mary, thanks for sharing your story. So now, Priscilla, what has been your experience like with regard? Yeah, Mary, I wanted to ask you a question. So for you, you are looking for a relationship with regards to marriage, not necessarily a fling, friends with benefits.
After friends with benefits, there is more at this age.
At which stage? What stage is it? Is this?
I think at this age,
What?
I've passed the age where we experience, we flirt, we fling, you know,
Oh, okay. So now you're looking for something serious.
exactly.
Okay, so for you, like from what I got from what you said, is like your major issue, or your main issue is even how people approach you. Like if it's wrong from the start, it's not happening.
Or even if it's wrong from the start.
Yeah.
So your composure, your demeanor and all that,
Yeah.
can at least get you to the other stage. But then it
Oh,
depends. It depends on what you say and how you put yourself across as whoever you want to.
okay. So when you said that you had somebody in the UK, you were actually lying. You just wanted to test him,
I
or you
wasn't
did have
lying.
some. You did have
I was,
somebody in the UK.
I have how do I put it? I have people that I'm
Okay.
looking, I'm studying. You get.
Oh, okay, ish. Okay, pressure. Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand.
So
Okay.
I said that to really, really like, I didn't want to add him to those people that are in the line. So,
Okay, I understand. Thank you. So, Priscilla, let's.
So I actually spent only 7 months in France, but I had, I think, in within that 7 months, I've had like a lot of relationship experience that I had in my 32 years, uh, what's it called, life that I spent in Nigeria. So I don't know the problem. Maybe it's a taboo to have a big bowl. I don't know, but I'll count that as a blessing. Now I don't regret it a bit. So to me, I will start with the whites before I go to my with a couple of blacks. Believe me, I don't think whites that they ever want to settle down. No, I think that settling down happens by chance because the very minute they see black, I think they fantasize us as a sex object. They become sexually aroused. Okay. There was a day I was walking to the mall alone. I got stopped by this man, French. He was like that he wants to go down with me, that he wants to have sex with me, and he's willing to pay me 50 euros for 20 minutes. I said, oh, God bless my soul. What are you saying? But I wasn't ashamed because I looked at him and I saw pity.
yeah.
So I said, what? He said, yeah. And he was serious. I said, okay, since you want business, you stopped me and you want business. Okay, can you pay me 1,500 euros a room? And he was like, what? I said, yes. If you can give me 1,500 euros, maybe I'll consider your offer. But 50 euros? For what? So I left him and I said, God, okay, let me get what I want. And he kept on following me for the rest of that day with his 50 euros. So that bad. So if I go to the mall alone, people will be staring at today saying I want me and was asking me, is that real? I say, what? Say, is that real? I say, what? I say, what is wrong with you people?
Wait, just a minute. Are they asking if your boobs were real? Is that what they're
If
asking?
Yeah.
yes. So I laughed and I kept on doing what I was doing. I had to stop going out alone. I had to do my shoppings. I had my evening workouts in the company of a couple of my Nigerian brothers I came with. So this fateful day, I went to shop for some groceries and actually I came out with a very big load. I was contemplating how to carry those things home. Then a black approached me and he offered to help. So I was thankful. I thought maybe he was doing it because he felt pity or sorry that the loads were too much on me. I don't know. My
Yeah,
brother was actually nursing another thing. I said, okay. So we
no,
drove to my place. He dropped and he wants to know my room number. I said, no. It stopped there. Okay, he asked for my number. He said, just once in a while, if you feel like hanging out or having an evening drink, that maybe you should call me. I said, okay, the least I can do is give him my number because he assisted me.
yeah.
So I saw him as a brother, and I gave him this number, and he started calling me his wife. That it has been destined. He said a lot of things, and I had to block him. And he started coming around my building, coming around until I warned him that I'll report him to the authorities if he tries that. That's apart. On Sunday, I met very dirty white. His name is Nicholas. To this day, I've not had peace because I met Nicholas. He became obsessed. He became so obsessed with me. He calls me his wife. He stopped working because he keeps on monitoring my movements.
Wow.
Yes, he will station his car at the entrance of my building. He will stay there from morning till evening, waiting for me to come out. I stumbled on him couple of times. I was like, "What?" He said, "He's very serious." So I had to report him to the authority because he became obsessed. I don't go out alone in France. Then coming to my black brothers.
Why are you calling them your brothers? Like you've zoned them right from the start.
So we live in this student accommodation called Cruise. We all know. My Congolese brother started approaching me. I gave him a hand in the kitchen over one messy food he was making. So afterwards, he started approaching me, telling me that I'm the best person he has ever seen. That I'm nice, I'm kind. I told him I'm not nice. I know I'm not nice. I know I'm not nice. So later on, so because it's so boring and he's a lot younger than me, because I don't plan to date someone that is way younger than I am. You may be younger than me by 2 years, it's okay. But 15 years is a problem.
15 years.
So
That means he's a child.
yeah, thank you. I don't want to say I didn't want to use that word.
No, because
But
let's say even if you are 32 now and it's if you are 32 now and he's 15 years younger, that means he's like 17.
He's in France for his bachelor's.
Oh, okay.
So okay, it's lonely, and one of this evening we had a couple of in the kitchen because it's a common room. So he started prophesying his love for me. Sorry, he is in love with me. He wants to get married to me. Yes, I've received a proposal, so don't be surprised. But he wants to get married to me. What?
Are the proposals that bad though? Should we look
No,
at them
it was
bad?
not. It was
Should we be
nice.
looking at them bad? I don't know. Like I don't know. What if this guy was he a student as well? Was this Congolese guy a student?
Believe me, I don't want to do somebody that's it's like 10 years, 5 years below my age. I prefer to do older men because the older the wine, the better the taste. That's me. I didn't say anything.
And has it like 15 years, like seriously?
What?
I didn't say anything. No,
I was like,
I didn't say anything.
like, seriously?
No,
No.
and he started.
We are looking for stability, and men are coming to us with stability. If after one date or two dates you realize that he does not bring stability, but just like blocking him right there and then.
Oh, the age blocked you. I didn't block you.
Wait, he was 15?
15, 1 5.
No, he was 17.
The
He
guy
was
was.
17 at that time.
17 plus
And
32.
how old were you, Priscilla?
I'm 32.
No, how old were you at the time he was talking to you?
32.
32.
And he was 15 and living in the cruise?
17. He's doing his bachelor's.
Okay.
He just came. I think he just came last year for his bachelor's.
Maybe he's intelligent, so it's.
Okay.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I can understand your draw. Why you had to think about it. Okay. Because at 17 you're not really ready. You just want you know.
Okay, but the truth is that it doesn't even align with my own preference.
Yeah.
It doesn't even line. School features 9.
Yeah.
Age-wise is 0. It's off.
Yeah.
So
But
and to make it worse, he started comparing himself to Macron.
What did you say? He started comparing himself to what? Or to who?
oh,
To
Macron is
who?
married to
Macron? Yeah. He told me I should look at Macron.
our president.
So I said, okay, yeah, president of France. So I told him, okay, maybe I'll consider you if you were to be a president. But other than that, I don't think I will. Then, but generally speaking, I don't think our black men, Africans, want to settle down with black ladies. They will only approach you if they think that you've already gotten your permit.
Well,
Otherwise, they are here to look for a white woman that is going to give them that permit. That is what I feel, because I've been in a group where they were discussing things like this, and I felt bad because, to be sincere with you, I like black men. I would love to settle down with a black man. I am not a racist per se, but it's because of some things that I know I cannot do without in my home. You understand? So, but the black men here, they don't want us. That is the way I'm saying it. Anyone that comes close to you, you just feel. But believe me, I'm in a relationship now with a black man, but I'm not saying he's going to end the marriage because he hasn't said anything like that and he hasn't made any move. But let me just enjoy it while it lasts.
I like the point that you made, Priscilla, because I've never looked at it that way before. They probably are are looking for their papers, and maybe they want to know if you're straight so that you could help them to be straight. I didn't look at it that way ever. I don't know why I thought that French male immigrants that came over, that they were okay with their papers and stuff. Maybe I'm not in the middle as much as I thought I was. But that's a very good perspective, Priscilla.
yeah.
Because I have one on my tail right now, and he was very rude the other day. He was like, "Oh, don't worry, your relationship isn't recognized, and I know why you are with him." And I was like, "What? What?" But now that you said it like that, Priscilla, I'm looking at it differently now.
He
So,
thinks that with him because you want a paper.
My
He doesn't
paperwork.
have
And
your paper.
once I get my paperwork, I should just leave him and let's just chill together.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jeez, man. I didn't
So,
know.
So
but
once a black person is seen with a white person here, the notion, they won't even think maybe you were born here, you have your paper already. No, the first thing that comes into mind is the black
Yeah.
girl needs to get her papers
yeah.
done. She is with, yeah.
You
Or
know,
the
I'm going to tell you something, and it's a bit personal, but I'm going to say it. Um, when was it? Recently, my partner and I were not married. My partner and I, we bought a house. If you want to check out the house, go over to Tupsa Coco. I'm pretty sure Barbara will leave the link below. Yeah, but we bought a house, and his mother,
Congratulations.
thank you, and his mother asked me one day when we came to look for the when we came to look on the house. She, because we had to do a civil partnership to protect each other if in the case that one person dies. And then she asked me just out of the blue, she was like, "And you, what do you need your papers?" I was like, "What are you asking me?" So you are correct, Mary. You are correct. They're thinking that you just need it. That's why
Yeah.
you're with your sons. That's why
Yeah.
you chose it. They're not gonna look at you that they're in love. No, they're not gonna think about it like that. You're so
love,
right, Mary.
love is out.
Yeah.
That's so sad though.
Yeah, love is out.
So,
Even at the prepared, when you go there and you go with a white person, as soon as you enter, you are seen as that. You
but
came
it's
here.
true because I have a friend in Nigeria. She's in Poland, but she's all in for whites. She doesn't want to have anything to do with the black. Sorry to share this, but she just likes white. Even in Nigeria, she prefers white to black. That is her own preference. My own, it has to be, you understand. So, but getting here is not really easy settling in for her, because any white that tries to hook up with her and she wants to like develop feelings, they feel threatened that she's an opportunist. You
Yeah.
know, they start drawing back. She was like, she don't understand. And genuinely, she liked that person.
Yeah. It's a
But then
problem.
on the other hand, they feel that we are handicapped. Let me use this word.
Mm,
That we need the support.
yeah.
You understand? So the same fate applies in here in Germany. You know, Germans are blunt. They can be blunt. Mean, less friendly, less social, fresh, aggressive,
That's true.
and why?
That's true.
Priscilla, before you continue, I want to throw something in with regards to the papers. Like I have experienced something like that with regards to the papers. Like I met this guy. Like I was at the it was a Saturday market. He's actually an older man, and when he approached me, the first thing he told me that he had papers. And like in my head, I'm like,
And so,
so
so
what? Like, but like that was the first thing he told me. He was like, yeah, he's been here for long. He has papers. And in my mind, I was like, so what? Like, why are you telling me this? Like, we just met, and he's like, I look young. He's like 50, 60. Like, he looked old. Like, I don't do. Me Priscilla likes older men, but I don't think I'll get to that. At least I like people who
No,
are
no,
old, but
no, no,
too
no.
old.
Barbara, not with gray hair. I told you, not with gray hair.
No, no, he didn't have gray hair, but he was like
No,
50s, in his
I
50s or his
love this.
60s.
I
no,
love
no, no. Barbara, that are hidden gray hairs I'm talking about now.
Okay.
you have great ideas. Oh my God.
Okay, so that's what he told me. So he asked me like, what was my plan after school and all that. I was like, well, for me personally, staying in France has never been something that was in my mind. Like I knew that after school I was going back home. So like I wasn't really in a rush to go into a relationship because I also didn't want to do long distance because after my school I was going back home. So what was really the idea of being with somebody when I will leave and go back? And I was like, oh, I'll go back home. And he was like, no, I don't have to go back home. There's a lot of opportunities here. I can marry a white man to get my papers. Or for me, apparently, encouraged him from the beginning because he was also actually in civil engineering. So I was like, oh, probably he could link me to get a job. Like for me, I started in the job when he said he was doing civil. I was like, oh, okay, I'll finish school next month. Like it was just a few time for me to finish. I was like, I'll finish school soon. So if he could link me to some companies, then he started with this marriage. Like I can marry a white man or I can marry him. He's ready. He has like I just met this guy like he has papers and apparently he told me that that's what most black girls here are looking for like they're looking for somebody with papers so it's not in the
Congratulations.
yeah in the men in their head too that is how they feel like even with the black men who have papers they feel that like the black girls also need papers so they will just tell you that just to have fun with you it's like they know that you need it so this is what they can use to get you so even if your own people feel that you want to be with them because of papers how more white men so I don't think it's really that's how most people think so it is what it is yeah and this man like he even told me he was a baby mommy like he was a baby daddy sorry he had a child and I think in Switzerland but he doesn't like the woman because the woman is giddy giddy like and I'm like have you
Mm,
met me like do you know me like
mm. Barbara,
Same,
congratulations.
different story. Same old story.
exactly it's crazy but yeah Priscilla sorry to cut your back I wanted to just push this one in before you continue so you can continue now.
No, no, but yours was interesting. So congratulations.
Angela
This
has been
your paper is on the pipeline. So
And I think let me chip in this. Whilst Priscilla was talking, she mentioned that she gave a helping hand to this guy at the kitchen, and because of that, it turned into, our men needs to stop this. Once you are single, even if you're married, and you try to be kind towards any man, the mindset is you want to flirt with him or something. Our men, especially black men, whites are not usually like that. Blacks, I don't know whether we lack caring, yes, they don't really get that caring from females, I would say. I stand to be corrected. Okay, not all, but most don't have that care from women from the onset. So once you start doing that, they get it on the wrong notion that, oh, maybe you like me, that's why you're doing this for me. But no, hey, our men really needs to get this. That not all kindness is that the person is flirting with you or the
I
person is
wasn't
trying.
even kind. I wasn't
Mm,
even kind. It was
oh, no,
frying chicken without oils. The whole thing was poop all over my eye. I was like, let me add
you,
oil
you
to your pan so that
what
I wasn't even kind.
you could
I
have
was
just
trying to save myself.
wait, you get, but you just try to help him out. But these men should stop that. They should. It's not a good thing at all.
Me,
I
okay.
a lot. I'm thinking this from experience. A lot, a lot. I can tell you. I remember one time I served a guy food, and the lady was like, "Hey, Mary, look at the way you serve the guy. Look at the way." And this is how I serve everybody. I decorate my food for my visitors, whether you are a woman, a man, whoever you are. That's how I serve. I will serve you well, But once it was a man, they were, "Hey, why are you serving me?" Like, I don't get it. And we are also part of the problem. We the ladies aside, they go like, you are too. Do you like him? We also do that more times. We contribute to that fact. It's really tiring when you're like you're giving just kindness and what you get back is, oh, you are trying to flirt with me. Yeah, it's
Me,
I have a question.
Nazila, can I go then afterwards you go?
Yes.
Okay, thanks very much for bringing this up. And this is actually very true. And that's something that I've experienced, like, even way back in Ghana, apart from France. Like, for me, like, my friends, I really love my friends. So when it comes to my friends, like, I don't joke with them. Like, I'm very, really sweet to them. Like, I can go off the top when it comes to my friends. And unfortunately, most people do interpret it like because I like them. And it's not even just them, like even people from the exterior, they try to put it into their head that, oh, this girl, all this the things this girl is doing for you means she likes you, so try and date her or something. But like to us, like it's just normal friendship. And
yeah,
it's really even hard to actually even make friends because like, and even when you want to even be nice to guys, like you are worried because now like
yeah,
when you're nice to them, the next thing they are telling, I love you, I want to be in a relationship. Like where how did this one come into being? And I had this experience where like I was really close to this guy. Like we used to do a lot of things together, and he told me that like, well, he's a third guy who has told me that like they've never really had a female friend who has been so nice to them like that. They've never really experienced it. So when that happens, like they start to have certain feelings for you, but what they can't really separate is if it's from appreciation or they really love you. Because sometimes like when you're nice to somebody, like it's just normal. If somebody is taking care of you, somebody is always there for you, you tend to develop certain feelings. But it's very difficult for them to interpret that, oh, I'm just appreciative of what you are doing for me, or I actually really love you. So that's where it comes from. And I think that most of our African men, because of how our system is structured, they are
yeah.
always the one giving the love, so they never receive it. So once they start receiving the love, they feel that, oh, this is nice, I want more, I want to be with this person. So I don't think it's entirely their fault. I think our system is also a bit flawed, where they don't get the chance to receive love from people of the opposite. They're always the one chasing. So if somebody does something nice to them, it's like it's over the top. Yeah, so thanks for bringing it up. So now you can chip what you had to say in.
Nazila, you're muted.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with what you just spoke about. I just have a question. Mary mentioned earlier that she doesn't go out. And when she does go out, she goes out with her girlfriends or to church.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if any of you have experiences with online dating, but how is online dating for you in Europe, in France? Because that's a thing. That's a thing. That is where you actually choose the person. You're the one who decides whether or not, the person is right for you from the get-go, from speaking to the person. So I don't know if Barbara wants to ask the question. She can ask the question or or whatever.
No, no, no. This is good. Since you've asked, I don't really need to ask again. Like, does anybody have any experience with online dating? Or Mary, have you tried it before? Since you don't go out,
Oh,
and why? What's the problem? Like, I know you've heard of it. Like, what's your fears? Because one thing I've also realized is like, as Africans, we have this preconceived notion about what online dating is about. So even if you meet somebody and you're like, oh, you're on an online dating app, people tend to look at you in a certain way. Like, what's actually the, because me, I love online dating apps. Like, unless I don't hear the name, I'm downloading. I just love it. So like, could you, I love it. Like, and I don't hide it. I don't hide the fact that I do love it. Yeah. So like Mary, what's your problem? What's your fear? Like, what's it? Like, I just really want to know.
well, okay. Online is online. Even if you get some Facebook is online dating. Once you get someone online and you don't know the person, it's an online dating. So I wouldn't say I've never, because I've met people from Facebook, that I've spoken to one or two. But then with the online site itself, that's where I haven't tried. Oh yeah. Because with Facebook, once you are there, anybody can just. But with the online, if I don't go there, I don't get anyone yet. I haven't tried it. And I don't think I have any fears. I just maybe don't like it. Yeah, I just maybe don't like it. And
Why?
that's it, I can't
Why?
really tell. I cannot really
Okay.
tell why I haven't even tried downloading to even.
I think you need to try it.
Maybe I'll try it
I
since you
think
are.
Yeah,
I think you should go
Yeah,
Priscilla.
Priscilla, you can talk.
because at least it's online. No harms done. You don't like him, you block him. Because the current relationship I'm in, we actually met online. And it's so,
Is it the one you
you
spoke
know,
about the first time at the
yeah,
meeting?
I did.
Ah, then you get married though. It's been a long
I
time.
hope so. I hope so.
Um,
It's been a
Mary,
long
I
time.
think online dating would be very good for it's I think online dating is very good for people who who want to see the package before they actually
Get in.
um, get into the package. And you are like that, Mary. You are like that because even in your pictures, you like being perfect in your pictures. And don't say it's not
Packaging.
true. Barbara can back me up. And this is a good way, Mary, for you to pick and choose and refuse. Just as Priscilla said, you get to block the person. The person will never get to know, or if you don't feel the vibe, block.
Okay.
Next. And there are so many different kinds of online dating apps. I didn't meet any of my partners online. And the only reason I think I didn't meet them online is because I only went online. Anytime I downloaded an online app in France, it was just for sex, nothing else. Nothing else. I was just looking for a good time. And I even made it clear on my profile. And I chose who I went out with and who I had sex with. However, However, I was able to choose whether or not I wanted to do it with this guy or not. And probably this would be very good for you, Mary.
I'll try
But
it.
because of my personality, I'll just meet you on the roadside and then we'll just fall in love in the rain.
Cinderella.
But that's me because I talk to people like even in when the same African guy that said that my current relationship is nothing. I actually met him at a bus stop and he was with another lady and I started talking to them and I found out where they came from and stuff. And he worked where he worked and stuff. And just by talking to him, probably he was doing what you were talking about earlier, thinking that just the fact that I was just talking to him nice, that I was being nice means that I'm trying to flirt with him or whatever. Which was not the case.
Exactly.
I just talk a lot and I like meeting people and I go out of my way to talk to people. Because even I can even tell you, I was with some French young people the other day, and when I say young people, I mean they're young, much younger than I am. And we were at a bar, and we were all sitting down, and I was like, hey, we should take a picture. And I just asked somebody else at the next table if they could take the picture of us. And one of the French girls, she was like, you just asked somebody you don't know for something. I think a lot of most French people, I don't know if you guys have the same experience, but I think there is a law that prohibits men to actually go to their way to ask for a woman's number or try to get a girl. There is a law against that, and even for can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can.
New topic. And Priscilla, did you finish sharing your experience? Like, I'm sorry, but I just realized that I don't know if you were done or there was still more before Nazila brought the new topic in.
Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Trying to make a comparison between.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Priscilla.
Okay. I was just trying to make a comparison between German men and French
Okay.
Okay.
because I feel like Germans are cold. They are white. They are mean,
People say that a lot.
non-social. They don't socialize. Even when you try to be nice, like just say normal hello, guten tag, they'll be looking at you as if you did the wrong thing. I can't remember ever seeing a German man laugh. Nine.
Oh.
Then there was this I met online, 2016. We've been talking since then, but I noticed that his words are not consistent. He says this, he says another. So that was when I was still in Nigeria, making plans to travel to Europe. He thought probably I'm one of those people, that wants to dupe white people. I never asked him for anything, but when I started telling him, I noticed it was becoming a less comfortable, the discussion. I was okay. I told myself, I think Priscilla, you got to stop talking about this thing. Let her discuss whatever he wants to discuss. Then tomorrow you will, hello, babe, are you in Germany? I said, doing what? I'm still in my own country. So eventually, when I came here, I landed in France first. I told him I'm here. He was like, good, good. That I should send him my name, let him book flights, let me come and visit him. I said no. He was like, why? I said, when I was telling you about this, you thought maybe I want for anything. Now pay for my flight to come from France to Germany to visit you. No, I have a black man I want to go and see, because I am more like I'm the type of person that whoever roots for me, when I'm doing something, the person I'm going to root for. If you are there, like I was pushing forward and you kept on encouraging me, doing the right thing, saying the right words, even when I'm financially down, even if you don't give me, say some good thing. Don't run and block your ears as if I want to steal your bank account. So I was like, okay, now, so I think probably he thought I will embrace that like I will run towards that is offer, like paying for my flight, coming to visit him because man, no, he doesn't even know I don't like work that much.
Yeah.
So eventually I decided not to visit him, not to see him. Let our conversation continue online and end online whenever I have a couple of dating sites I visited. After introduction, super hot, a lot of white men there, Germans are there. You see a lot of people. I think the Europeans. So getting here, you see Germans moving at you. I went out with a friend the other day to visit a lake in Netherlands where you see naked people, being themselves. Yeah, yeah. So got there one day in the company of a German man. He's very cold. He's very cold. And he came out to tell me that he doesn't like people around him. No. And I don't want to generalize it, but I think all Germans are like that. They don't want external bodies around them. They don't like it.
Really?
Yeah. Because
They
it
don't
takes
like
time.
rich.
External
They don't
bodies,
like.
like external
Okay.
bodies,
Okay.
like
Interesting.
foreigners, you know.
Okay. Okay.
It
Interesting.
takes it takes it takes a German that is exposed, to freely communicate with you
Wow.
and they flow with you. It takes a German that wasn't brought up here to openly laugh at your jokes.
Mm.
Otherwise, they don't laugh. So, so left to me, I think in relationship terms, I think men are a bit open.
It's true. It's true. Because
Germans want nothing to do with
my auntie's
they
husband is
don't
German.
want.
Cold. That man is so cold.
Congratulations to her.
The man doesn't talk to me. Oh, it's true about them though.
And they love their work more than they love their wives.
Oh,
There has to be balance somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah. I want to just share a little bit of my experience with regards to like dating or relationships in France. For me, like as you've all said, I don't have an experience of whether they are serious or not, because it hasn't been something that I've been looking for. I haven't been really looking for something or anything serious. So I don't even encourage them to the point to know whether they are serious or not. But for me, most of my turn off was like for me, I get a lot of black people actually approaching me on the street. And sometimes because I don't want the conversation to just go too long, I just give them my number. And that's where the problem starts. Like they call you like you don't have anything doing. Like they want to talk to you like 24 hours. Like they want to see you every time. It's like I have a life before I met you. Like I'll meet you today and like you want to meet me tomorrow again. Like after we finish meet, like you want us to talk. Like for me it gets too much. Like I get overwhelmed. And I'm like, I just tell them that I'm sorry, but I don't. And like they put too much pressure on you. I don't know why, but it's like they are they feel so entitled to your time. They feel I don't know where they learned that from, but like, I don't know, but they feel so entitled. And with regards to the white guy, like I met one white guy on the street, and like I gave him my number because like me when I meet you on the street, when you ask for my number, I give it to you because I don't want the back and forth, because I know at the end of the day I'll just block you if you are getting too much on my nerves. So there's really no need arguing with you over the street. And like in the beginning, it was really cool. Then now this guy started sending me pictures. Like I didn't ask you for pictures. Like it's like he can send me about 20 pictures in a span of 2 minutes.
wow.
I'm not, maybe I'm exaggerating, but like he was just sending me so many pictures, shirtless. Like for what? And it wasn't like a shirt. His upper body was even okay. Let me just like, but he was just sending me too many pictures of him shirtless. Like I'm doing that. It also became too overwhelming for me, so I just had to block him. And also like on Facebook, like I get people. I don't know how they find me though, but like they find me, and it's like I'm somebody just like Naz. I like getting to know people. I like to meet people. That's just who I am. Like I just love it. Like I just like to get to know people. So like I'll start talking to you, but when it gets to the point where like you become too demanding, like okay, this is the time where we have to go off. So like I met this guy, like oh I didn't meet him, but he messaged me on Facebook, and we started talking. Then now he wanted to see me, and I'm like no, I don't have time. Then he sent me his dick pictures. I don't know if the dick pictures was meant to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we can meet. So it was, it became too much. So I told this one of my friends, like, it was a male friend, and I was always with him. And he was like, how do I get time? Because I'm always with him. So how do I get time to be meeting or seeing these people actively? I was like, I don't know where he found me from. And he was like, we should just tell him like I should ask him like when those pictures come, I just delete it. So when I was in he was like I should ask him to send me another dick picture, then we'll just blast. I was like, no, I don't want any dick pictures in my inbox, and whatever he's asking us to do is very very childish. So yeah, the guy I think the guys there a lot there, but I as you said, is the approach. They are like they feel so it's too overwhelming. Like they are too demanding. And like the issue of when somebody meets you. And also I think that black guys feel that because you're a black girl, you are entitled to date them when they ask you out. It's like
Yeah,
as far as we are blacks,
yeah,
we need to be dating. And also like when they see you, if you are single, it means like you want sex. I don't know where they learned all these things from, but like it's very cumbersome. Like it's very so yeah. With regards to that, that's what I have to say. And with regards to the online dating, there are so many apps which maybe I think you should try in France. And also for me, to one of the issue was the language barrier. So in as much as I wasn't going to stay in France for long, I it was also difficult for me because I wasn't going to date somebody who couldn't speak English. At least, even if you were speaking French, I need to be able to communicate with you. And most of the guys that I came into contact with in France, they were the francophones. Like most of them were francophones, and it was difficult for them to speak English. It's not now that I'm come to use Google Translate to have a conversation with you. So it was really cumbersome. But I met this guy who was very nice. He was actually I met him in front of my school. He was staying in another town, but which was close to Nantes. He can come from that town to come and pick me out for us to go hang out. And even the day I was leaving, like he came from that town like around 5 a.m. to come and pick me to the airport.
wow.
Yeah. But what happened was the day like when it was time, when I was calling him, he wasn't picking up. So I called my friend who was French to come and pick me up. So at that point, I had two men who were available to take me to the airport. And I was like, and I was like, I woke this person up to come and take me to the airport. And I do understand the fact that like he came for me. So I just stood with him and we talked for a while. Then I left. I think there are quite a lot of sweet people in France, but I think it's their approach. I think, as you said, I think it's really the approach, the way they approach things are just cumbersome. And Nazila, like I want to when Priscilla was talking about the fact that most of these men were not interested in settling down. You were nodding. Like, do you have anything to say with regards to that?
When Cecilia said what?
About
Oh, she was
the
talking
settling
about the
down.
white men.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, the men I've met, the white men that I've met, have been white men who were ready. Okay. But again, it's the circumstance that I met these guys. I did not meet them online. I met them in circles. Like my first husband, I met him in my apartment building and we would eat together, we would talk together. It was really a normal meeting. When I say normal, let me not say normal. It was the regular meeting somebody outside. Okay. And then for my current person, I met him in a bar and we were playing together on stage. And then after our after our song, because it was like a jam session, he came down and then he just like started talking to me and we started talking about music and our backgrounds in music and stuff like that. So it again, it depends on where you meet them and in what circumstance. Because I've even met a new this is I'm not looking for anybody else, but my colleague most recently introduced me to her brother. Probably she thinks that I don't have a partner, but she introduced me to her brother. And but probably what Barbara just said, I speak French fluent. Like I'm not fluent, but I get around. So it's different. And and in my conversations, I know how to say right away, this is what I want out of this friendship or not. Because right away after meeting this guy, I just told him that, hey, I'm in a relationship. But if you want to be friends, if you want to talk about Jamaican culture, that's fine. I think you just have to like outline your boundary right away as you meet somebody. Outline your boundary. Let them know that this is what I want. This is what I don't. Because I
Uh,
even told my current partner when we met, I was like, hey, I am ready for children. I am ready for the settled life. If you are not ready for that, we don't
Yes,
even need to go any further.
exactly, exactly. Exactly.
And he was ready, so he was like, okay, let's do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a white man. The black man is not ready, but won't tell you.
No, but Mary, I don't agree with you. And Nazla, I like the fact that you set boundaries because it's very important. I also feel that because of how our culture is like, when a woman straight ahead tells this person that this is what I want, it's not normal. Like they feel that you're bossy, but I also feel that it's very, very important that like right from the start, like you
So
both.
I don't agree with you on what.
It's not just black men, white men also. Some of them
Yeah,
will tell you, Mary, I am not ready. And a
ready.
black man will tell you. They won't tell you, they'll string you along.
Exactly.
Well,
I I
but
think
I think whites are. I don't know how to put this, but whites are genuine with their words. Whenever we say white, it doesn't mean all whites, but there's a phrase that majority carries the vote. Okay, if you take 10 black men who will tell you the truth and are consistent, you get seven. You get six telling you lies and four being genuine. That is what we mean by majority carries the vote. When you meet
Yes,
10 white men, you get only three who will string you along and not tell
yes,
you the truth. Seven will be genuine and you get it. It's a
yes.
problem with our black men. Yeah,
okay. So Mary,
inconsistent
okay, Mary.
lies.
So what you are saying is that they may tell. Okay, Priscilla. Okay, so what I was saying was like, Mary, I do agree with you. So what you were trying to say is that even the black men will tell you that yes, it's marriage they want, but most of the time they are lying. It's just maybe to get into your pants or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay. I get you now. I get you. But I also think as women, we also need to state it right from the start. Like, what are we looking for? If it's just friendship, we also don't have to string people along. Because sometimes we also do that. We know very well that this guy we don't want this guy. We don't want to be with this guy. We know that this guy wants a relationship. And sometimes it's difficult for them to speak out. So the first thing you have to do is like, and what are you looking for? Is there a relationship? If this is what you are looking for, I'm sorry, but I'm not in that space
Yes.
to give you that.
I
And
think
that's
I
what I did when I was transitioning from my first marriage into what I have now. During that period, for like a year, I was just on dating apps and I was not looking for anybody to love. I was just looking for a little night comfort, huh? Or day comfort. Oh, no.
that's
You
a
just
little
you
problem.
just have to be honest and be honest with yourself as well. Are you
Mhm.
really ready to settle down? Are you really ready for this?
That's, that's it.
Because sometimes it comes in front of you, but you're not ready. So you're like, okay,
Yeah, yeah. I think that our women just needs to be bold with their principles and their standards. Just communicate. You've gotten to that level that you're not ready for inconsistency, you're not ready for any joke, you're not ready for any drama at all. And communicating that isn't a bad thing. No
Right.
matter how the man sees you, it's his own problem. This is you, this is what you want. So tell Charlie, this is what I've gotten to. This level, I'm not ready for jokes, I'm not ready for inconsistency. I'm ready to
Right.
settle down. So if you are, let's go. If you are not, it's as simple as that. Tell
Go
me.
about your business.
Exactly. Exactly. It's difficult for the men to tell you that, oh, okay, maybe I'm not ready. I'll be ready in maybe this time. And if you are comfortable, we go along. If you are not, then maybe no, because they want to get into, they will just try string
I
along
don't
to the,
know. Mary, I have no idea.
An idea. Please tell us. Why don't you have an idea?
I'm trying to understand now. I don't understand, No. But you guys can hear me now.
Yeah, we can
yeah.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So I say I agree with Mary 100%.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
believe it or not, our black men, we not and will never come out to tell you the truth. Do you know why?
No, tell us.
There is this thing they call konji in
Konji.
Nigeria.
Okay.
Konji. I want to use that word,
Okay.
konji, because they are more concerned in getting down with you in order to cure their konji. Konji is like,
Orgasm?
you
Is it
understand?
orgasm? Is Konji orgasm?
No, like it's not
Is
easy
it
for
Blue
like
them
balls?
to
an
Is it
see.
blue
ego?
balls?
No, but when
Is
while
it
they
like
are
an ego?
here, it's not easy.
Their self-satisfaction to satisfy them. So they want to be, you know.
Okay.
Okay, let me put it like this. It's like staying a long time without sex. You
Yeah.
know, accumulation of these things. We call it konji when they seriously want to cure.
Okay. That's blue
So
balls,
what?
no?
They
Huh?
want to they want to
I
just
say in Ni-
get out. It's
Oh, it's
been coming
different
out.
from blue
What
balls.
a place to put it.
no, in
Okay.
Nigeria we call it konji, that they want to cure their konji. You understand? Because here
Yeah.
it's not really easy to get down with a woman in Europe here. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
It's not. So they will do anything within their power. You understand? To tell you
I
those things
understand.
you want to hear
Exactly.
in order to get down with you, believe it or not. But 99.9% of our black men are not willing or ready to settle down with a black woman that doesn't have his papers in Europe. Doesn't have her papers, I mean to say, in Europe. They don't want to.
That's so sad though.
I have been in a place where some black brothers were communicating freely, and they thought that the headset on my ear was actually playing something. I was listening to what they were saying. They don't want. They'll be like, they will talk about this girl. They will say, she's still a student, that she doesn't have anything to offer them. And believe me, some of even I think the orientations we have back home is also not helping issues, because they have this mindset that once we locate abroad, you should go after a white woman, look for a white woman. Your focus should be on that person that has his or her papers. You understand? That can give you your permits.
Wow.
So when they look at me, a black lady, a student, they see you as a liability. You got no paper. So whatever they are telling you at that point in time is to get down with you. It takes grace, you understand, to see that one man out of millions that is true to himself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, forget it. That's why I told you, even the one I'm having now, I'm just doing it, enjoying it while it lasts. You understand? Having an open mind. Like whatever comes, no problems. Because I believe that we both want to cure our country. So,
So you should care together.
but
Ladies, I really can't
sincerely, he
say
knows I
that.
like him. Sincerely, he knows I like him. Do you understand? If tomorrow he wants to take the bold step, I'm all in. You understand? But otherwise, I say want to have an open mind so that tomorrow I don't crawl to my bed. You understand? Crying. But Mary, on this, I am with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nine, none of them. No.
Thank
And most of them will come and tell you that I sworn from my side, he knows where I'm from. I know where he's from. He started with that he has his paper, that he has been here for 18 years. I say, so you're not yet married in Nigeria? He said, no, but he has a daughter with a white lady here. I said, okay. He said that we can reason things. I said, what do you want us to reason?
you.
So that's the truth. At the end of the day,
God.
is either lying to you or you are lying to him.
Yeah.
That's so
So,
sad.
but I think we should all be true to what we want.
Mm.
You understand? Stay focused. Whatever happens,
and know your worth. Know your worth.
yeah, know your
Like
worth.
you are not the tropical fruit that they're looking out for, and you are not the prostitute that they already have in them head. You are not the gold digger that they're thinking about. Know
Yeah.
who you are and just like chill. And the
Yeah.
right European person or black person will come.
I agree
So
with
sorry
you.
that I laughed about the European person.
I'm
I
talking
showed
about
you.
the German man too, because he probably are coming up, Priscilla. He probably is coming, Priscilla.
Yeah.
He's eyeing you. He's eyeing you from the corner of his eyes. He's like, "Oh, look at that lady. Let me give her some time to settle in."
So I think it's all
But at
about
the end of the day, I pray that we all get what we want.
it will happen, of
Yeah,
course.
exactly. And Nazila,
Yeah.
thanks for putting the point about know your worth and the tropical fruit. I don't know, but most white people find black women as fetishes. Like
Yeah.
I've had some experience where somebody sent me a message. The first thing was like, I've never been with somebody like you before, and he meant the fact that I was a black woman.
Yeah. He
and
wants to
and
see
and I've
how
actually, when you were talking about the new, I just remembered I've actually had somebody who had sent me a message, and they wanted to meet up to have sex, and they were willing to pay me for that. And I'm sure they assumed that because I was a black woman, and I was like, I'm not interested. And it was like, what if I, like, just like you, what if I increase the price for this person? Was, I don't remember the amount because it's been a while, but this person was willing to increase the price for me to come to his house, like for sex. And I was like, I'm sorry, but this is not what I'm interested in. And before we started this, we're actually having a conversation where on Instagram, I received a message where somebody was organizing a soiree, and he was looking for models for BDSM, and they were willing to pay 1,000 euros for 1 hour. And I'm like, but yeah, it is what it is. Like,
oh Charlie.
Know who you are. Know what you represent. Know that you are a queen, and that's how you should be treated. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
You're not in the relationship to satisfy anybody's fetish. Unless, you guys made that agreement. It should be, both of you should be on the same level of respect, same
Exactly.
level yeah, that's it, respect. Yeah, that's
thank
how
you
I
very
see it.
So thank you very much. It's been a very long conversation. So I would like us to close. But
Yeah.
before then, I'd like everybody to give a final words and conversation. And you guys have really shared a lot. And I hope you guys are actually learning a lot from this conversation. So before we finish, could you guys give your final words of like what by people who are moving abroad? I also don't think that this conversation is just linked to France. I think these scenarios are actually repeated in most countries for Black women. So it's
Mhm.
very important, like for you to know this and have this in mind. Like when you meet somebody, you should be able to tell: is this person, does this person want to be with me as a fetish, or this person really wants to be with me. Like, in as much as we feel that the world has actually progressed, but has it really progressed? So like these are some of the conversations we should have, and it's important we state our boundaries right from the start. And if it's not working for you, you don't have to keep on being in these things, because relationships are just draining. Like, why continue when you know that it's not
Mhm.
going to lead anywhere? So these are my last words. Like, who will be
Yeah.
honest?
For me, dating in Europe, dating in France, because I can only talk about dating in France. Dating in France is hard because of their socialization, their socialization. It's hard because a lot of them are taught, to be cold. It's not somebody that told them that get up and be cold, do not speak to other people, but it's just learned behavior. So they are cold because they grew up in a cold society, and it's hard because they don't know how to express themselves. That's it. And even if they meet you, remember who you are, remember what you are worth.
Mm.
You are not tropical fruit.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think for me, my last word, obviously know your worth. That's that's the in thing, the ideal thing. Know your worth. Ne best pale bra. Okay, always like keep your principles and standards intact. Okay, the right person will find you and link up with you, and it will be like, the vibe will be there. Straight up, you don't need to force yourself, or you don't need to force the other person to do what you, because at the end of the day, it's just asking for respect, consistency, and seriousness. That's nothing too much to ask from, a man who is really serious and wants to go out with you, or at the end of the day marry you. So I think we should always stick to our principles and communicate. Tell the person this is what you want. And please let me know, are you ready to stick to what I am telling you? If you are not, you get someone who is ready to fling. You get someone who is ready to flirt. I am telling you this is what I want. So let's go with it, and then not necessarily ending in marriage, but at least we are taking a step ahead. And I want that step to be a serious step, even if it doesn't end into whatever, um, we want it to end into. But we should be serious as people, or as two adults that we've met. So my ladies, just don't give up. There's always something out there for us. There's always that true person, that true character, that smart, intelligent man out there for each one of us to grab. Yeah.
I think we all need to stay true to ourselves. Keep it real at all. Do not bend because society said so. Stick to your principles, your rules, because tomorrow you may not survive it if you bend it. So I think on the get-go, you be real. You want it stretch, you do stretch. You don't want it stretch, you tell the person how you want it. And the most important thing is, like, to me, is what will be will be. If it's bound to happen, it will happen. Then at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, we should all live our life happily, celebrate some other things that are important to life. You understand? Families, loved ones, nature. There are a lot of things to celebrate, and friendship. There are some friendships that are out there that we need to reconnect with, you know. So at the end of the day, it doesn't start nor end with male and female relationship. It may even be just family relationship, So because most people in Africa think that once you get to a certain age, you need to settle down.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it doesn't happen, then
In
probably you
every
are cursed.
country.
Probably you are cursed, but believe me, you're not cursed. So at whatever happens, make the best out of it. Married, make the best out of it. Single, make the best out of it, and make your life like enjoy it to the fullness. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. So at this point, I will take my bow and I say it's been a lovely day and a
Yeah.
wonderful session with this
Thank you so
amazing
much
lady.
for having me too.
And I'm happy being in this meeting with you all. Thank you all.
Same here.
Thank you
Bye
very much.
bye.
So if today is your first time watching, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and comment button. And if you've been abroad, like what are some of the experiences you faced? How are these experiences we've shared different from what you have experienced? And so you hear from me or us again.